What's going on, folks? Rob here with Oddball ORV. So it's actually been a little while since I've been in the shop here. I've been under the weather, caught another round of COVID and all sorts of stomach issues and stuff. Thankfully survived and good to go. And we're getting ready for a trip. We're hopefully going to make it to Doom Fest up in Winchester Bay, Oregon. So I got the FL350 here, getting it all ready to go. For the most part, everything's done with it, but I do have one little project I've been working on. It's really exciting. I'm going to give you a little teaser right here. If you see this, we got something that looks a little different than normal. So yeah, we'll have that coming up here. Of course, there's the old stock pieces and everything. That's in a video series. I'm actually probably going to record that. Some of it maybe tonight, depends on how well I feel. But you'll probably see that in a few weeks once I actually get it up there. Now, the thing that I wanted to show you guys is a little video about a Harbor Freight tool. Now, some of you guys probably saw another video I did, and that was on some Harbor Freight Icon line of tools. And I had just said that, hey, this is a decent line of tools. Actually, it's a really nice set of tools for the price. And you can check that video out. You have to find it. Maybe I'll post it in the description or something like that. But, you know, Harbor Freight, I'm not a huge fan of them. I'm not sponsored or anything like that. Don't take it that way. But I will tell you one thing, man. When you're in a pinch and you need that certain tool, generally Harbor Freight's kind of the place you go to. You could go to a Lowe's or a Home Depot. They're going to have some stuff, but they don't really have the variety that you need. And so in my case, working on my project, over here, I needed a press and a little shop press, right? So I head over to Harbor Freight, and they had a couple of options there. And this little guy here, it's a 12-ton press. I think they sell it for like 160 bucks, right? Now, let's just say you get what you're paying for, okay? Now, most of the time, Harbor Freight, you know, it generally comes through as far as it being workable. In this case, I got a question like, what the heck are these guys doing? So let me just kind of give you a few previews. I'll probably have to maybe pause this here. I need to get a couple things put together, and then I'm going to show you what I found about this shop press and how I managed to use it. So we'll be back in a jiffy. Alright, so got everything kind of situated where I needed to, got the camera back on the tripod and everything, so let me kind of talk to you about this little shop press. Now, I will say one thing the Harbor Freight does really good, and that's powder coating. Alright, this is powder coated beautifully, and spare no expense, you know, or so they say. But there's a problem with that, actually, and I don't know if I just got the bum machine or not, but let me show you. So these are the arbor plates that come with the press, right? And you actually get two of them. They're the same, and they're supposed to sit now right here. Okay, one goes there, the other goes there. And of course, it depends on what shape you're pressing. So I think something like that. Now, here's the problem. This powder coat is so slick, and this is some sort of a paint or something. I don't know. This moves like grease lightning. I mean, it's just, it moves around, and there's no way to keep the thing from falling off. That doesn't make any sense to me at all. And in fact, the first time I used this thing, I ended up dropping one of these plates through here, and luckily it didn't fall on my foot. It would have hurt pretty bad. And so I'm sitting here going, what were they thinking, right? They could have at least put maybe a little lip here or something just to give you a little protection. They didn't do that. So I'm not really sure about that. Now, the second thing, let me get this a little bit closer here. Not sure how well you can see this. Get this zoomed in. Okay, we got our bottle jack, right? Now our bottle jack, this is what provides the pressure. In fact, let me grab the handle real quick. All right, here's the handle. Now, here's where we went cheap too as well. Now I think this was just so it would fit in the box, but this is our handle for our bottle jack, and it's literally supposed to just kind of sit together like this. Now you can see this thing ain't staying together, right? And you're supposed to stick it in here. Make sure you can see all this. Turn that a little bit and turn this thing, but this thing is all weebly wobbly. Like it was such a pain to use that I literally just went over and grabbed a one-piece handle from another bottle jack that I have so I could use it. I mean, I don't know what they were thinking of this. I think clearly it was to be able to fit this this bottle jack in the smallest box they could. That's exactly what this is about. Why it's a two-piece unit. At least if it was going to be two-piece, like threaded or something. I mean, come on. That's just dumb. All right. The next thing, and this is my biggest complaint about this entire setup. You know, the other two things are kind of, you know, whatever. You know, these, who cares if that falls and hits your foot, right? I mean, you know, no big deal. All right. Well, here's this thing. Right, and you'll notice that I actually have clamps on here. Now, why in the world would I put clamps on this thing? Well, I'll tell you why. Because, again, this thing is powder coated, and there is nothing that keeps, go ahead and release the tension here. You have to pull this down a little bit. Oh, you might have to undo this. You'll see that there's nothing that actually is keeping this piece in place. All right. Now, I tension this up, and it's got a little bit of piece here. There's a little lip up top that keeps it from flopping out that way, thankfully. But you can have enough. You can get this thing loose so that this thing could actually flop out and fall on your foot. I don't understand, you know, they could have drilled a hole through here, and it's probably what I'm going to do is actually drill a hole right through here, through the plate, simple bolt, and that'll keep this whole thing secure so it doesn't fall on you. So that's kind of it in a nutshell. My big issues with this thing. Now, what did I pay? I paid 160 bucks. All right. You get what you pay for, right? I should have known that going in. And I did. And I will say, does it press? Yeah, it does it great. I was able to use it on my little project here. And we're going to see, you'll see how I use it probably in the next video and everything. Just, you know, buyer beware, this probably isn't the best Harbor Freight tool that I've ever purchased. But it'll get the job done. And I think in probably some future projects, I'm going to put some a little bit of TLC into this thing just to make it for what I need. Now, I guess I'll leave you with this. You know, why didn't I spend, you know, more money to get a fancier press? I could have. I needed this just for this small project. I don't really need a shop press that often, so I didn't want to spend a fortune for something that I don't use that often. The other thing too is that this is actually a decent size for the stuff that I do on a regular basis, and I didn't want anything that's going to be so big. You know, my shop is already pretty crowded as it is, and so this worked for that. Now we'll see. We'll do some upgrades, and hopefully we'll make it into, you know, a little bit better and safer tool in the future. So anyways, with that, that's what I got for you guys. Just a quick little video on the Harbor Freight Central Machinery 12-ton shop press. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and we're going to get back to working on the FL350 and getting it ready for Dune Fest. With that, we'll see you guys in the next video.